In our process to make peonies, we've already made our center and have covered it. We're ready to add our petals in order to make a peony bud. First thing I've done is rolled out my gum paste and cut it with a small 5-petal cutter. I want to make sure that all of my petal edges are thinner, so that technique of snapping around all of the edges, I want to pinch and tuck and roll all of the edges to thin them out and also distort the shape. A characteristic of peonies is that they have deeply lobed petals, so we do want to make sure that these petals are no longer perfectly round. We want to distort their shape. The best way to do that and to ruffle them is to use a ball tool. So the ball tool, I'm going to hold like a pencil and really, really press down into my petal. The more I press, the deeper those ridges will be and the rufflier it will become. So I really want to push. It's a back and forth motion, not an up and down motion that I'm applying as I go around my petals. I'm just tracing the edge. I want to make sure when I'm working with my ball tool that I'm using it half on and half off of my petal. I don't want to work inside the edge. I want to make sure I work directly on the edge. So I keep my ball tool almost off of my shape. So once I have my petals nice and ruffly and all smoothed out, I'm ready to add it to my covered center. I'll take it and turn it upside down in my hand and pierce the wire straight through the middle, sliding it all the way up to the base of my center. I'll apply a teeny tiny little bit of glue just around the bottom here. I don't want to put too much glue at the top because later I want to paint them, and wherever the glue is, the paint won't stick. So just a little bit of glue at the bottom. Then I can start to fold up the petals. I want to make sure that they're at least as tall as the center, if not even a little bit taller, because peonies tend to be fairly closed up, so I'm going to keep them nice and tight in the beginning. You'll notice I'm overlapping them. Each one is going on top of the next petal as I bring them up. And my 4th petal is going to go on top of my 3rd. Now when I put my 5th petal on though, I do want to make sure it goes on top of the 4th one, but then I want to tuck it underneath. So pull back that 1st petal to tuck the 5th one underneath. This way my pattern is continued all the way around. I'm going to press to adhere it and make sure that it has a nice round shape. This is the first layer of my bud.